Guys, are you ready for the most intense war I have ever been a part of? This was Black Rose, Just Ordinary, versus Pull Up. Pull Up is a new clan, group of clashers. If you guys read this, there are some legendary names in that roster, right? And we have some legendary names in ours as well. And this war was absolutely incredible. It was neck and neck. Actually, Pull Up started off 10 out of 29 attacks were triples. We started off 2 in 29, I think. It was insane. And Pull Up, they just started this clan. They were 11 and 0. They were undefeated. And we matched them, and we were like, well, this is going to be fun. And to start this off, we have Chris. Now, Chris went bipolar in this war. He got 3 out of 4 triples. Now, guys, this is the type of war that, and this was huge. This was a huge war. This was a lot at stake. I mean, it was two known clans, hashing it out, and there was a quite a bit of drama that came after. But I mean, it was not a hunt. It was all fair play from what I'm aware of. And yeah, so Chris went ahead and started this attack with a kill squad hog, sending in the kill squad into the town hall area. He got super lucky with that warden protecting those hogs, giving them the little sliver of extra health there. He's got proper cleanup troops, and that kill squad made it literally to that town hall, and then the hogs came in from 3 o'clock, went counterclockwise. He's got a couple goblins for some easy cleanup on those resource storages and collectors. And I mean, Chris just went absolutely ridiculous this war. Next up, we have Tommy, and Tommy went 2 for 2. This is German Tommy. He's been in quite a few of the videos before, and he loves doing these Peekaboo witches or Peekaboo bats, Peekaboo witch. He loves doing these attacks, and he came to perform this one. And I mean, yeah, he just simply charged that town hall and basically divides his base into 3 quarters. 3 quarters of it is from that kill squad, and then that other quarter is just bats. So I mean, just great strategy here, and I mean, overpowered. Look at all the P.E.K.K.A.s. The queen still has her ability. The king's there, about ready to get taken out as he breaks through that wall, and then the warden, a few healers. I mean, Tommy, he is the most consecutive and consistent person when it comes to bow witches and Peekaboo bats, from what I have witnessed. And now we have Hawk, and Hawk is legendary with this raid. He does queen charge with double jumps, okay? So he funnels out the area that he is going to jump into just using that king and then a couple loons, which makes it actually a relatively easy funnel. And then from there, he's got this queen that's charging right into the core and is going to have access to a multi-target inferno, the enemy CC, the enemy queen, and then is going to jump again into the eagle artillery. I mean, this is the type of raids that you don't see. I mean, it's rare to see because there's just so much thought and effort put into them, and it was just an insanely good war. And I have never been a part of such a hard and such a fun war. And yeah, so then he starts the Lalo right over the top of that town hall, and he gets to 50% for that town hall to activate. I mean, it seems like it was just planned perfectly. It was executed perfectly because that town hall activated right when the loons were over it with the 50%. And then, these loons are just going through that last little section. Stone Slammer is still up, so whenever, what I like to say is whenever that Stone Slammer makes it to the end, that was an OP raid. And this was, Hawk had an OP double jump queen charge Lalo. I mean, just, that's incredible. All right, now we have Kratos. And Kratos is going to be doing a basically it's a queen charge miner attack, and watch this queen charge. Watch the funnel that he gets for that queen to go into that area where that eagle artillery is. I mean, just a super intelligent walk here. Has to use that warden's ability a little bit earlier than what he had hoped, I'm assuming. And then from there, he's got the enemy CC going to get taken out, and then push into that eagle artillery and the enemy queen. I mean, just a perfect plan for this, for that queen charge and for her to get that value in there. And then from there, I mean, look, he starts the miners on the 11 o'clock side. The king's making that funnel super easy for them to the center of that core there. And that queen is still doing her charge with that jump spell into that backside compartment. Warden still has his ability. Town Hall goes down, and he didn't have to use that warden's ability. I mean, look at this overpowered raid. It was basically a swagged warden's ability. The queen makes it all the way to the end at almost full health, and the cleanup troops appropriately. I mean, the miners had such an easy section to take out. He took out that entire bottom panel of that base just with that queen charge. Just OP, man. We have Droot here, and Droot is someone who was he was brought along into the clan pretty recent, and he went phenomenal on this war as well. Everyone came together. I'll say, like, the teamwork into this war. I should have been screen recording the last hour of this war, because the amount of planning that was going on in the chat, and like saying, hey, you can fix this raid, copy what I did here, just fix this part, and I mean, just the amount of teamwork that went into it was incredible. And like I said, I'm extremely happy to be a part of this war. Droot's doing a Peckabo bad. He sent the kill squad in straight into the core, distracts that wizard tower with that ice golem, and then has a couple freezes to take out that wizard tower and that multi-target inferno. From there, the queen's going to use her ability on a few extra defenses, and then the rest is just clean up with a couple backside wizards. That queen is still up, and then those bats also doing some damage on those storages and other trash structures. I mean, just a prime example of a great Peckabo bat. And he got, I mean, if you looked at that pathway of that kill squad going through the core, it was, I mean, the troops broke through the exact walls that he needed. All right, now we have Hawk again. Hawk, with two triples this war. Notice his attack here. He's going to be starting that funnel with a baby dragon on one side, and then puts in the baby dragon on the other side. And then that queen is going to follow that wall wrecker straight into that multi-target inferno area, which is going to get rid of the enemy queen, the enemy CC, jump further into the core. And notice there's no air defenses, going to work on those healers, so that's perfect to keep that queen up longer. From there, he sends in a couple loons just to make the hog portion of this raid go smoother and make sure that those healers stay alive. And then that queen's just getting so much value into the core there. The hog deployment is starting at that 3 o'clock, is going around to the town hall. Obviously, he knew the town hall was going to be activated. He used that king to make sure that those hogs are still funneled on that other side so that they don't get too distracted. A couple hidden Teslas kind of distracted them a little bit. But then, these hogs are already so far along in the raid that it's, I mean, easy money just having that queen charge go through, and then that king staying up until the end, cleaning up those structure to guarantee that 3-star. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, and now we have Hangover. And yeah, by the way, guys, I recorded every triple. We're going to be doing every triple this war because, as you saw, it was a tied score, 18-18, and we won off of percent. So every triple deserves to be shown in this video, even if it's a longer video. And Hangover is going to be doing I mean, it's just an incredible attack. He's doing a P.E.K.K.A. bowlers straight through that core. Notice the value of that jump spell. All those troops staying together, bowler bouncing, just, I mean, structure after structure. Use the rage spell in the exact center of that core to get rid of that eagle artillery and that enemy queen. And then from there, that Tesla farm pops up, which is kind of a bummer. But It's on the backhand side, and look at how many troops he actually has that are about ready to break through and start working their way to that Tesla farm. You know, queen eventually goes down, taking out a couple more structures, and king uses his ability to make sure it's not going to be a time fail. And I mean, you know, a huge part of success on this raid was those bowlers being a bounce, you know, these other structures that were inside, you know, one wall. So that was huge. And he even had a swag rage. So Hangover just dominating that base with a classic bow or P.E.K.K.A. bowler attack. Now here we go. This is my triple for this war. I want to say I had 4 attacks this war, and I only got 1 triple. I mean, these were definitely hard bases. I had 1 time fill and then 1 triple, but I actually hit this base after Dez hit it, so I kind of knew where the Tesla farm was, and you know, I had a good little scout on it. So I made a good funnel into that town hall area, and then look at the value that this jump spell is going to provide for the kill squad. I mean, it's absolutely perfect to put them straight into the core there, and then I do hogs from the 3 o'clock pushing around clockwise, and you know, it's a super narrow funnel or pathway for those hogs to stay in. And that queen is still alive, pushing to the other backside of the space, eventually goes down, but these hogs are still up. I used my last healing spell right there in that compartment, and the healing spell was perfect for those hogs because they were able to stay in that healing circle while the hogs took out that multi-target inferno. And then, I mean, look at how much trash structures are over here on this left-hand side that is just right in the, I mean, perfect pathway for these hogs and cleanup wizards on the backhand side to meet up at. So that was my triple. You know, I took a lot of time into each and every attack here, and I mean, it's just some incredible bases on both ends. All right, now we've got Godwin. Oh, Godwin, this guy, he had some stuff going on in real life and had to attack super early, and I think he did all 6 of his raids, I mean, within the first hour. And they were just like bam, 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 bam. And this was one of the triples. And he's just doing a classic P.E.K.K.A. bow bat or P.E.K.K.A. smash or whatever everyone wants to call it nowadays. Multiple terminology for the same raid. But anyway, he gets a huge kill squad value into the core and then sets the bats at about the 9:30. And the bats are, I mean, just look at all the point defenses that these bats are going to take. You know, like maybe those defenses take out 5 bats before, you know, the defense goes down. So, I mean, just so overpowered. There wasn't a single multi-target or splash damage defense that was going to hurt those bats on that raid. And he even had a swag queen's ability at the end he didn't even use. So, Godwin, you know, he is a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat master. All right, now we have Amador, and Amador is doing a sick Sui hero on the town hall, and then mass hog. Notice how many hogs he has. He has 49 hogs, guys. 49 hogs. He brought in 2 skeleton spells to make sure that queen's going to go down. Like I said, he suis the heroes on this town hall, makes sure that he freezes the town hall so that it's going to go down. And then, actually, it was huge here because he takes out that enemy CC. Now, if you notice what was in that enemy CC, there was a big dragon. Big dragons are not hogs' friends. They take them out extremely quick. It's actually one of the best CCs against hog attacks. So, knowing that big dragon was in there, and knowing that he needed to take out that enemy CC before he did the hog deployment was huge, and he was able to do that and clutch up and finish this raid with just a mass amount of hogs. You know, this Tesla farm is over in this corner, but it's actually a pretty easy Tesla farm, only 1 giant bomb there. And then the rest of the, my favorite part of the raid, guys, taking out those skeleton traps. Favorite part of the raid, the most annoying trap, whatever in the game, either the tornado or those skeleton traps, and he took out those skeleton traps. My favorite part. Next up, we have Cabana Dan. And Dan, you know, we saw a base that looks similar to this, so earlier in this war, so we kind of knew what to expect. He's gonna do a blimp electron into that core, which is gonna eliminate that enemy queen, the enemy CC, and a few other defenses. And now look at this funnel that he's got for just an absolute perfect charge for that queen to get to that town hall. I mean, that funnel is absolutely perfect. You know, a couple of wall breakers to make sure that queen gets into that town hall. Sui's the queen and the king to make sure that town hall goes down. And then, you know, it's kind of like an awkward finish for this base, just the layout. And you know, he does it great. He makes sure that he funnels properly, and the, you know, haste spells go according. Use the Warden's ability a little early there, but it was perfect because it kept those loons alive. He's using a healing spell in the last portion of that raid to make sure that those loons are going to finish up. Let's swag that freeze on the enemy CC, and then, I mean, that's that. Cabana Dan on an insane triple. Guys, I can't emphasize how crazy this war was. You know, like, these attacks that you guys are watching are just absolutely unreal. They're just, I mean, they're mind-blowing. Honestly, mind-blowing. Now, here's Chris again, and he's going to be doing, oh, Lord have mercy. Watch this attack, guys. He just went off 3 for 4, just outstanding, and he is going to start this off by doing an E-clone. 2, 1, go! And he starts off with that E-clone going straight into that queen in that Eagle Artillery area. Use that clone on it. Make sure that he freezes that queen, because if he wasn't careful, that queen was going to take that E-Dragon out. So obviously on this raid, I'm assuming the plan of attack for this one was that he wanted to get that Eagle Artillery out before, or with that E-clone, and that obviously didn't happen. Now, notice again, this is looking like a similar type raid where he's going to Sui the heroes to make sure that that town hall goes down, and then mass Lalo the rest of the space. And it's got kind of like an hourglass shape. You know, that Tesla farm goes down extremely quick. The rest of the loons are going through the center. A couple of rage spells, a couple of haste spells, a couple healing spells, the Warden's ability. You know, just taking these defenses out. And yeah, like I said, it was just such a weird kind of pathway for those loons, and it ended up working. But it was like an hourglass through the center of the base. And yeah, notice here there's only a couple defenses left standing. That wizard tower was definitely being quite annoying with the splash damage against that big pack of loons. But that big pack of loons eventually takes out the rest of the defenses, and the cleanup troops are there for the clutch, for the triple. And yeah, and just insane wars. All right, now we have Traviso. And this is, I mean, watch this raid, guys. This is a Peekaboo bat and it's not even a maxed bat spell. Look at that. It's not a maxed bat spell on the attacking end. But he does an E-drag funnel, which is great because it makes a perfect way to get into that town hall. Actually, Droot, I'm pretty sure it was Droot, attacked this base first and got a 99% time fail on that gold storage. So it's basically the exact same plan, except for Traviso was able to get the final triple with that non-time fail attack. And yeah, these bats go in at about the 8 o'clock and freeze on that wizard tower. And then again, look at the defenses that are left standing right now. Only point defenses, no splash defenses. I mean, he didn't even need to use that freeze spell, but he did anyway, just to make sure that those bats stayed up even longer. You know, and those bats almost get through the last 2 Teslas, but look at the cleanup that he's got. He's got 3 or 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, wizards, the king is still up, the queen is still up, and that warden is still up. So these last little remaining structures are going to go down pretty quick and easy. Yeah, so another excellent raid, another fun attack, and now we're into Extraordinary. And Extraordinary is going to be doing basically the same thing as we've been seeing. This Electron attack has just been overpowered. It doesn't matter where you see it. These attacks are just crazy good, because as long as you can judge where that E-clone is going to go, the value is going to be unreal. So notice how he did that rage spell over that queen and over that Eagle Artillery. And then, the dragon's even going to take out a couple more things. From there, this is an excellent raid that we've seen is Sui and the heroes. On that town hall, notice he did a couple wall breakers to make sure that outside bomb goes off. I mean, notice the planning of this raid. Freezes the town hall to make sure that queen is going to be able to take it down. And then again, it's just, 35% with, I'm going to say all except for 2 multi-target infernos are the key defenses left standing, right? And then he's going to hourglass pathway these loons through the core there. Use that warden's ability to make sure those balloons stay alive early. And then haste spell over that last multi-target inferno. All that's left is a hidden Tesla and an archer tower. And then, look at how many loons are left standing, guys. This is the top tier. It doesn't get better than this. Look, he's even got a hound left standing. Like, you guys don't need to watch CWL anymore, the qualifiers. This is, tune in to my channel, and that's where you'll see the best gameplay. All right, I want to say that's true, but obviously CWL is extremely exciting to watch. All right, so now we have, you guessed it, we have Link. And Link is just an unstoppable player. He's been in war recaps and just ordinary, a ton. And notice the queen charge that he's planning on doing here. And he's going to do the same thing. He's going to be doing a Sui Heroes on the Town Hall, which is just perfect because it's going to make for a good charge into the core of this base. And then it's going to lead that jump spell to take out the Eagle Artillery and that enemy queen. These double ice golem CCs are still super annoying. They were super annoying before they nerfed the freeze time, and they're still just as annoying. So, yeah, that queen is just getting her value going through the core there. Jump spells into that pocket, which is going to be just perfect because the archer queen's going to take out the enemy archer queen and then going to take out that Eagle Artillery. Unfortunately, the Eagle Artillery was able to get a couple shots off before the queen took it down. And then look at the genius idea of putting a backside slammer to make sure that the rest of this base gets taken out in a timely fashion. We see sometimes that slammer is going to be used as a tank for the Lalo, or we see it used on the backhand side to make sure that it's going to be a triple and secure, tank the backhand side maybe while those loons catch up. So Link just, coming in clutch on that raid. Next up, we have Chris again. This guy just went off, I swear. And he's going to be doing basically the same thing that we've kind of been seeing. It's going to be a charge into an E-clone, and then just making sure he gets the value with that charge, and then it's going to finish up with the Lalo. And, notice it wasn't even an E-clone. He used that wall wrecker to charge with the kill squad, and then from there the heroes are going to take out the enemy heroes. And this queen has a ton of value in the core there, and is not going to be quite able to finish all of the defenses that was ideal. Ideally she was targeting that Eagle Artillery that last little bit, and it would have been great if she was able to take out that Eagle Artillery, but ended up not happening. Uses the rage over that town hall, warden's ability as well. Then they're going to go straight over that Eagle Artillery, going to clone those loons on the backhand side of this raid to make sure that multi-target inferno goes down, and the loons start pathing a little bit out. Then they get haste spelled into that archer tower and then take out the wizard tower, and then it's all cleanup. Chris, wow, just wow. I love this raid. I love this whole war. This whole war was just so much fun. Yeah, so now we only have 2 triples left, guys, and this one is by Tommy. This is his second one of the day, 2 of 2, and he's going to be doing the Pekka Bobat. Like I said, he's one of the most consistent Pekka Bobatters that I've witnessed, and I think this base layout, he was expecting that wall wrecker to go through there because he was placing those max level walls on the outside of that Eagle Artillery, but the kill squad is still able to push through and get all of those. That entire section of defenses were taken out by that kill squad, and then the bats are just going through taking out the point defenses, freezing wizard towers as they go, taking out those hidden Teslas, which is really big, because those hidden Teslas, as everyone knows, do extra damage to the P.E.K.K.A.s. So, yeah, and then, he's got the queen and the king that decided to wander a little bit up top to get that cleanup. And then eventually they're going to break through, and they're going to go back around and finish up the bottom part of this raid. Those barbarians coming in clutch, getting a head start on the rest of those that storage. And, yeah. This is going to be the last one, guys. And, this last one was actually kind of a tough raid. We were 0 for 3 on it, and then Masterful decided, like he wrote in chat saying, guys, am I missing something? This is perfect for a mass hog raid. And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. And sure enough, he does it perfectly. Wall breakers in to Sui the heroes on that town hall. Make sure you use that king's ability so that queen is going to reach that town hall. Exactly what Masterful needed to do there. And then from there, watch this mass hog. He just kind of sends them in on the outside, on the inside, on every side. And then he uses 2 skeleton spells in the core there to take out that enemy archer queen, which is perfect. We're going to see a lot more of that combo, I have a feel. And then he saved the Stone Slammer for the Tesla farm on the backhand side. And then, like what did I say about these raids with the siege machine lasting all the way to the end without being popped? The raid's OP, man. The raid is OP. So he came in Masterful with a great plan. I tried to kill Squad Hog on an attack, and it failed. And then he was like, mass hogs, that's where it's at. Sui Heroes on Town Hall, that's it. So that's it, guys. We finished just on top by less than 1%. I mean, pull up. This was the most insane war that I've been a part of, and I want to thank you guys for it. I had a ton of fun, and I want to thank Just Ordinary Crew for being such good teammates.